So this happened. SmackDown happened, ladies and gentlemen. And I fucking loved the main event segment. Awesome main event segment, ladies and gentlemen. If only the show was good. But you know what? I love the main event. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, hi already, folks. Ladies and gentlemen. It is time for your SmackDown review. I wish I did this last night, but unfortunately it's now your early morning SmackDown review. I just was very tired, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I just was very tired. I had it all day. But ladies and gentlemen, I loved the main event segment with SmackDown. I loved it. The main event segment with SmackDown was fantastic. And what's best of all, it was Cena. Apparently, John Cena is the one of the, it has not only creative control, right? But he's the one that's actually coming up with what he's saying. And I gotta tell you, when Cena retires, I hope Cena eventually, he eventually becomes part of the creative team. There's rumors that supposedly Undertaker is part of the creative team. All I have to say is, you know what? Hey, in the end of the day, I think John Cena's got to be part of the creative team too. Because John Cena, not only he has proven that he's the pro, he is... I gotta tell you, man, I loved it. I loved last night's main event segment. I loved it. I freaking loved it. SmackDown, unfortunately, though, for the 2 hours and 40 minutes it had, which was before the John Cena stuff, was just the same regurgitated shit that Triple H usually does, okay? It was. But then, the main event segment happened, and I kind of went back. What WWE did, or what John Cena, I would say, did, was able to take us back to 2011 with him, R-Truth, and CM Punk. And it's ironic that it's the same month that they did this. If only they did it maybe next week, it would have been much more perfect, because next week, by the time next week happens, it's actually going to be the same week that we got the infamous Pipebomb promo from CM Punk to John Cena. What WWE did, well, Cena did, is they took us back to 2011, and we got John Cena basically reenacting the Pipebomb promo. He did his own version of the Pipebomb onto CM Punk, and it was freaking fantastic. You see, this is what we need in wrestling. We need stuff that reenacts reality. And what Cena did was spoke the truth. And man, did Cena felt like the actual babyface in this. And I just love how the show ended also, where John Cena kind of brought the child back in me, where I felt like I was like freaking, a little kid again. I was watching John Cena, being a Cena fan, and I felt like I was a fucking Cena fan again. And it also was great how they ended the show. Like the feel of John Cena almost kind of being back to like a baby face also. And he freaking... The way also he like ended the show. Like, we had his song playing. He posed after, like, the time is up, my time is up. Like, the way he posed, like, also right before the show ended. It felt like, man, it was like prime Cena, in a sense. And he blew a kiss goodbye, just kind of making Punk. It was freaking great. I don't know. Like, we got a little bit back, like, prime Cena, like, came back a little bit, Like, even though he's supposed to be a heel, I just can't help but, yeah, I was cheering Cena, because I believed what he was saying. Even the fans were believing what he's saying. Even though the fans are fucking fickle. They believed Cena put him in their place. And then, the way he freaking just left the show, it felt like prime Cena, in a sense, But again, what a great main event segment, because Cena basically dropped the pipe bomb onto CM Punk. And in one of the best promos I've seen in recent memory, it was fantastic. It was fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than what they did in a very long time. Definitely, there's no wonder why people praise the pipe bomb from 2011, right? But again, if you think about it, Cena exposed what Punk said. kind of exposing what he said and just made the pipe bomb look lesser than what this promo did. In all honesty, this was a freaking break promo that he did. The pipe bomb, the Cena pipe bomb, probably one of his best promos in history. And it just also goes to show that this was the John Cena we honestly need. This is the heel John Cena that we needed. We needed this when he was facing Cody Rhodes. And if they eventually do a Cody Rhodes Cena rematch, they need to have this type of Cena shit. Because this is how Cena could honestly be very good. And you know what? Who knows? And I was watching Russo, right? I was watching Vince Russo. He was doing his he was doing his SmackDown review with Mr. I forgot his name, but Mac Davis, right? They're on the Sports Keys' wrestling bitch, right? Which was a very entertaining episode. And Vince Russo even praised himself, like, you see, when wrestling is good, everyone's gonna like it. Even guys like Russo. And all the smarts gonna complain, whatever. Like, they always complain about guys, like, who are, like, the non-smarky fans. Like, they don't like smarky shit. They don't like, people, they hate that people, like, normal people don't like no-story wrestling. They always care about only matches. They don't care if there's a story, which is stupid. Because what's the point of watching pro wrestling, right? Like, pro wrestling is fake. You should actually, like, there should be some storylines. If I want to watch something that's trying to be, like, just perform, I'll just watch gymnastics, or I'll watch, freaking, a real wrestling match. Not, like, WWE. But, what I'm trying to say is, like, this is what we need. Reality is what we need. This is the type of shit that we need in wrestling. This actually felt like a promo that felt real. Said what needed to be said. But again, what I'm trying to say was before all that, it's just, this kind of showed that, you know what? Maybe John Cena should probably turn back to a babyface in this sense. Maybe become not only an anti-hero or whatever, he could slowly become a babyface. Or, who knows, maybe he actually ends up becoming a babyface. What they should do is, maybe this is the time where Punk turns heel. Pull an audible. Because it looks like what they have to do is pull an audible. Because they clearly got to roll with this, they got to roll through this and not just have it a one and done thing. This kind of has to be now a feud that they can use throughout the Cena retirement tour. And this could be the moment, even when Cena, probably actually turns babyface. What they should do, if WWE is smart, and I think that Russo said it best, maybe this is a time where Cena turns to a babyface and Punk turns heel, where they kind of do a double turn. Maybe it's time for a double turn. And then, maybe Punk can win the title a little bit, and Cena kind of chases Punk. That would definitely make this whole retirement tour even more exciting, I think. And I agree with that. That's something we should be doing. Probably it's the time that we already did the Cena heel turn. It was great while it lasted, and maybe it might get better if he is going to be a heel. But honestly, it just would make sense more of a writing sense. If WWE is smart, maybe it's time that Cena and Punk do a whole double turn. That would be kind of funny, kind of cool. But at the end of the day, man, I love the promo. We need more of that Cena. We really do. Okay? Heck, that's what made Punk great. Even though Punk was saying the smarky buzzword shit, it made him definitely something. But what Cena did is not only he spoke the truth, he spoke from the eyes of, like, a casual viewer, what a real wrestler resembles, you know what I mean? All the smarks want to hate on Cena, saying you can't wrestle, he's just a, muscle up dude and whatever, do 5 moves of doom. But yeah, he freaking exposed, like, Punk, like, for all the people that support Punk, he kind of exposed them. So that's great. So I gotta tell you, man, we're gonna go in depth of the pipe bomb promo, but I gotta tell you, man, we need more shit like that. We need more stuff like that. And I'm hoping that if Undertaker was involved with a creative team like this, then God bless Taker. But again, also Cena proving that he's a professional. He needs to be somewhat in the creative team in the future. And this would lead to good wrestling. Cena kind of exposed that he has more of a creative mind than Triple H does, in all honesty. Okay? Let's be for real here. Alright? Triple H, all he does is match here, match there, match everywhere, prolonging them, prolonging something that's not necessarily wanted or needed, or just wasting time, you know, not really having great moments happen throughout it, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do a long-term feud, you gotta add layers to it. You know, you can't just do the same thing over and over again. And I feel like that's was the problem when John Cena and Cody Rhodes was starting. They were prolonging it, not only because they didn't have any ideas, but it's just like, you know, just to waste time on purpose. Because Cena and Cody did not feud since WrestleMania. It's not like their feud was going to be long term. Even though they're going to probably go back to it because that's what it seems like. But at the end of the day, you know, this just kind of shows that, you know, John Cena has definitely an eye of talent. You know, he really does. For people that freaking says, like, he's not talented, when he would not be where he is today if he didn't have that. You know, and I know I'm kind of sadly, like, you know, I'm like freaking, you know what? Like, I'm praising Cena so much, like, I'm almost like sucking his dick, whatever. No, like, at the end of the day, it's the truth. Like, Cena really have shown that, man, this guy, there's a reason why this guy eventually has become one of the greatest in WWE history. You know? I'm not gonna say he's the greatest of all time, but at the end of the day, he that promo exposes why people would say he is. I believe it now. You know? I fucking believe it now. It's a darn shame that I freaking have like a hate Cena phase, because honestly, Cena proven, like, you know, man, like, everybody misses him now. This is what WWE's gonna struggle with now. Like, now that Cena is gonna be gone, you know, in the next 6 months, for fuck's sakes. What are you gonna have next? Okay, Goldberg's gonna fucking retire soon. I mean, you know, he's gonna retire literally. His last match is coming up. Cena's gonna leave in 6 months. Who else are you gonna have? Just Roman? And Roman's not even gonna be there every time. You're lucky that you have Cena here for, like, at least doing a little bit more of a full-time basis for right now. Okay? You're lucky he's doing this. Because after that, John Cena's gone. Okay? John Cena's the last true star you made. Roman Reigns, somewhat. But John Cena was the true star that he actually pushed. And actually, like, showed, like, hey, this is gonna be the babyface. This is gonna be the face of the company. Now they don't care. They didn't care because, again, they don't want anybody to be as big as John Cena. They did it on their own purpose because they don't want to, like, you know, lose whatever. But at the end of the day, that's costing you. You don't even have any, like, top star anymore. Like, who else you have? Cody? Cody Rhodes is not even the fucking top star. That's the thing. But whatever. Let's finally get to the show, shall we? But all I have to say is that pipe bomb. Definitely. The John Cena pipe bomb promo. That's what the show will simply be known as. When CM Punk cut his pipe bomb promo, it was Raw Roulette that year. And it was also known as the CM Punk pipe bomb promo. This was the John Cena pipe bomb promo. And that was the only thing that was sadly good of the show. But you know what? It made the show. It really made the show. So, you're lucky that you had this to savor. You're lucky. Before we go into the depth of what John Cena said, which I can't wait to go through, I gotta tell you, man, I watched the pipe bomb promo like 2 times, right? And I'm still thinking about it. It's that good. It will go down as one of the best promos in recent memory. Probably one of the best of all time. I love it. I love it. I fucking love it. It could be arguable as probably just as good, if not even better, than Punk's original promo. Even though Punk was the original, But CM Punk probably not John Cena overtook in it because, you know, it felt more real, if anything. And it actually, like, combats, like, all the things that... It kind of exposed the lies, if anything, that Punk kind of said. All the bullshit. And even Cena said it's all bullshit, so... It kind of also ruined the pipe bomb promo, if you think about it. So, yeah. Because that pipe bomb promo was just kind of just smart bait, if anything. Cena promo's more, like, exposing the smart bait, so... Which I liked. Alright, the show started with LA Knight. He says, let me talk to you. Let me go ahead and revive our mind a little bit. We go back to Money Bank. Seth and his boys just so happen to come down and screw this guy. You know, usually, you know me, I usually let things slide, but I just figure I couldn't let that slide. I had to come back and make sure the little payback and screw one of his boys of the money of the King of the Ring. And they came back and paid back on me one more time, and I screwed me out of the King of the Ring, so I then screwed another. And it just got me thinking, the only way we can just go is I go back and forth, Raw and SmackDown around the world. Where does it end? Nobody expects and knows except me, and I know where it ends. It ends with me and Seth Rollins. And what better place than now, Seth Rollins? Come out now and talk to LA Knight, yeah. Then Paul Heyman's like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to do the fucking Paul Heyman. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is... my client, no, my wise man, Seth Rollins. You don't boo that man. You don't boo my beautiful Seth Rollins, who takes the electric razor and has me shave his beautiful ass and give it a good cream pie on it. And you don't boo that beautiful man. You don't boo that man who just loves being pegged by two beautiful Braun and Braun security. You don't do that. You don't do that. God, shut up. Oh my God, they're ripping off the fucking Bloodline shit, and my client's not here. And all the second everybody here, he's not here. And he says, hey, can you shut up and get to the damn point? Why are you here? Which, he spoke for everyone. Paul says, may I? You're right. There's a lot of bad blood that goes on between you, Mr. Moneybank, Seth Rollins. However, I'm going to be all to respect everybody here in grand respect. You know, clearly you have a lot of enemies. But I happen to be the biggest LA Knight fan in WWE, but I've been laying a long time saying, yeah, oh my God, I did that. Because all that, Seth Rollins has allowed me to say that all in favor that it's time for you to get the hell out of the Grand Rapids, Michigan. Because if you don't, something's really bad is going to happen before you happen the end of the night. Have a nice evening. Then LA Knight says, I couldn't help but notice did you just threaten me? Because I got wrapped in my head around this for a second, because I've heard you said that before. You're a fan of me, yeah? That's great. And yeah, you know why I heard of that before? Because you're a liar, you're a swindler, you're a grifter, you're a scammer, you're a screamer. You leech off every talent that gets a little hype, a little buzz. You leech on them and suck them dry and move on to next, yeah. Which, that's a shoot, brother. Like, LA Knight, that's a good line. I will say that. LA Knight spoke the truth about Paul Heyman. It's like, that's what Paul Heyman fucking does. Okay? He fucking does that, it seems like. You know, which, try to make him seem himself great. I'm not saying that Paul Heyman is not great. Paul Heyman, obviously, will go down as one of the best managers. Because the guy can talk and help make a star even feel much more better. But it does seem like that bunch of times when a wrestler gets a little bit of hype, he sucks them dry indeed and try to make himself look like a... Even though Paul Heyman over the years has helped wrestlers, but it's only like a handful if you think about it. Okay? He obviously helped Brock Lesnar because that was like the original and successful. CM Punk, I don't think that CM Punk really need Paul Heyman, but sure, it did help to certain things. Roman Reigns, however, did help Roman Reigns, because again, the whole, you know, tribal chief, you know, the wise man, that was more of the original compared to this, because this seems like they're definitely ripping off the whole Bloodline shit with Paul Heyman now, where they're just kind of rinsing and repeating some of the stuff. So this is why it doesn't really work here, and it's just kind of dumb. I mean, Braun Breaker. If him and Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman do feel like something together, it's just like Braun Breaker was an intercontinental champion on his own. Okay, Braun Breaker was getting over, and it seems like unfortunately, and even though I do like the idea of Heyman being with Braun Breaker, it just really seems like Braun Breaker lost his hype because he's in this faction thing. While I like the idea of Braun Breaker feeling something, it just feels like he may be better on his own. Even though no matter how the idea of Paul and Braun Breaker does feel good, it fits like a glove. It just really it kind of feels like Braun Breaker should be on his own. It really does. And it kind of just feels like LA Knight kind of exposes the truth where a bunch of times Paul Heyman has done this where he kind of leeches off people who do get over a little bit, which is like, wow. You're not, where you're telling lies, man. LA Knight does this. Seth Rollins just happened to be the latest. And where do you go next? I really don't care. The bottom line is, I asked you for Seth Rollins and you gave me Paul Heyman. And while you gave me Paul Heyman, you gave me Paul Heyman's who's out here talking pretty damn tough. So that got me thinking. I just got an idea. While you're talking about wise man wisdom, there's a point. There's a point there where, if you talk like that, a man like me would take a look at that and punch in your wisdom teeth down your throat. But then I'm not gonna do that yet, because here's what I'm gonna do instead. Since you're like the talking tough, you can't bring out Seth Rollins. You know what that means. The only thing that means is Grant Reps is LA Knight and Paul Heyman. Right here, right now. Do you want Paul Heyman LA Knight right now? Or Paul Heyman? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. So I tell you, I'm going to turn my back. I'm going to take my stuff, big man. I'm going to let you take the first shot. And if you don't, I'm going to morally whoop your ass. Paul Heyman then decides to walk away, and then says, "Remember I told you to get the hell out before the end of the night? That was one of the predictions, a spoiler." And then and Bronson Reed came out. They attacked LA Knight, but then LA Knight got an equalizer with a chair, and that made him run away. And eventually we see that Paul Heyman is informed that Bronson Reed will be facing LA Knight later in the show. Heyman's fine with that because patience is not a virtue, it's a strategy. Immediately making a match happening, which, whatever. It is what it is. So, yeah, that happened. I mean, I like what LA Knight had to say. LA Knight did, again, that whole promo was a shoot in the sense of what he said about Paul Heyman. But, it's just, again, at the end of the day, I don't really care much about this whole, I don't know, it just, I hope that definitely LA Knight does get pushed and does, eventually, get over. Maybe this whole feud with Seth Rollins will help him. Maybe, I'm guessing this is the big feud they're building to SummerSlam. I don't know. But other than that, it's whatever. I just, I really hope they're not screwing with LA Knight. Yeah, so yeah, he got the equalizer. That helped. First match, Asuka defeats Alexa Bliss in the semifinal round of the Queen of the Ring tournament. It's whatever, I obviously I love Alexa Bliss. She's invited to the Big Black Couch. I don't know. Asuka just came back. I don't know. What's the point of Asuka becoming Queen of the Ring, and what is their whole? I just can't help to say this. What is with WWE's sensation of pushing Japanese and wrestlers? Is it because a lot of these fucking people in creative are bookers or anime lovers, or they're freaking really they have an Asian fetish? It just really feels like that because again, there's no real reason why they're winning when they can't speak fucking English. Okay, I'm sorry. You have to speak English. It's a struggle listening to them. Unless get an interpreter, or fucking don't push them all. You know what I mean? What's wrong with not having interpreter, managers, for crying out loud? Whatever. It is what it is. You got my chin and your chin. I don't know. They're talking about Nick Aldis and
We had Jade Cargill. We don't have a promo, unfortunately. We don't have a picture of Jade Cargill, but Jade Cargill says, I think, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Jade Cargill, she gets interviewed. She says, you know, I know that Roxanne has potential. She's fat and scrappy, but I'm still trying to prove so. But that's not proving grounds. There's a throne room, and Jade is built for royalty. Now, when it comes to Asuka, there's a storm on the horizon. Newsflash: Jade Cargill is the storm. This term is not built for the future. It's built for the women who could walk through fire-shattering glass ceilings and fix her crown on her way to the top. I'm walking out of the cranium term, not just the win, but to reign. This was actually a good promo for Jade Cargill. Good for her. You know, she definitely kind of improved a little sense. This is definitely good for her. And then we see Alexa Bliss, like, she runs into Chelsea Green, the secret harvest. Chelsea pokes fun of her losing, and then Alexa shocks Chelsea the house her broken nose doing. And, she would have been Queen of the Ring if she wasn't, but, yeah, you know, all the excuses. Then Charlotte comes in the way, and then, whatever. And then she says Alexa got off easily from last week, and now this leads to Chelsea Green getting challenged by Charlotte for some reason. So what, Charlotte's now a babyface? Getting to become a babyface? Why? I don't know. We were supposed to get Aleister Black versus Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson, who's one of the pretty deadly guys. I guess one of the other guys really was dead. I don't know. But then R-Truth attacks this guy for no reason, which I have no problem with, I guess. He was just angry for some reason. I don't know. But then John Cena, he wanted a match with Cena right now, but then, like, it was not ready, which I'm happy that the match didn't happen yet. We then see, you know, he wants to face Cena, but then Aleister Black confronts R-Truth. He says, you know, he basically got, like, R-Truth basically said, you know, it wasn't personal. I had nothing to do with you. And then, like, you know, oh, if you get in my business, then Black says, you know, if you get in my business, then you're about to get, but then, like, Damian Priest came in and separated them. And then and R-Truth, not R-Truth, freaking, Aleister Black says, I'll see you later, Ron. And then R-Truth says, Black. Kind of referring, like, in a weird sense, it kind of mentioned, like, you know, get it, like, you know, mentioning his skin color in a little sense, you know, like, which was a funny little race joke, but hey, it was great. I gotta tell you, it was cool. Then, Damian Priest says, you know, you don't want to be that man. You know, I understand you're frustrated. You know, you can't just be around people for no reason. I used to do that, but you used to put a smile on my face. All that anger, all that negativity, use it against Cena tonight. Go out and handle your business with Cena, because later on tonight, they can go down and celebrate. And then, like, you know, they hug. Like, oh, yeah, DP. So that was cool. The little, like, you know, Judgment Day type of reunion, because, again, it was actually, you know, brings you back to actually, like, the funny things about the Judgment Day because of R-Truth. So, yeah. Then Jey Uso comes out. And says, you know, with eating and whatever. Jey Uso says, hey, you don't have to say anything or whatever. No, so Cody Rhodes came out, and then Jey Uso. They're eating and shit. It's fucking annoying. Waste of time. Jey Uso say, hey, you don't have to say anything, because me and you in the trenches, we still in the trenches. We're fighting my family to winning the tag titles, to telling our stories of WrestleMania. We've been to the mountaintop. But Cody, this Monday, there's only one room for us, Oos. You against me against you. Look at us, Oos. And I know you'll bring. I gotta bring, but just I gotta tell you, man, it's gonna be strictly business. What I said Monday night, please believe my 4 words, 1 word, yeet. I'm gonna beat you, mean shit. Then Sami Zayn came out after they both shake hands. Sami says, like, I mean, this is nice, isn't it? I gotta share the ring with 2 best friends. But I gotta share the ring if that's saying so. But, you know, I gotta say this. You know, I'll be lying that wasn't planned for me. But, like, you know, I never won the world title yet. You know, I want to let you guys know that, man, that this year, you know, missing WrestleMania, I had no reason. I got my ass in the plane for one reason, to congratulate you. But I want to say this, like, as you tried to finish your story, I gotta think wasn't even thinkable. You pinned Roman in the middle of the ring, Cody. Well, I was the first to run it. Congratulate, I'm proud of you. But now I understand that it's time to finish my story, says Sami. Then Randy Orton comes out, it's like, hey, Cody, same deal as last week. I'm going to say it again. There's no line that I will cross if I have to get a John Cena to be my 15-time champion. I respect the hell out of you. Jay, I respect the hell out of you. Nothing but love, dude. But me, now I gotta think to myself. I'm speaking to myself and people in this arena that I gotta say that in my heart, Sami, you'll be world champ. Well, not SummerSlam, because tonight you're going to be ending with Destructive World's RKO. So basically, getting everybody, we all respect each other. We all love each other. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's the same fucking thing. Oh, yeah, it's the same fucking thing. They're all praising each other. So, I was thinking that WWE was going to do this whole bullshit, or Triple H was going to have, they're going to do some shit where maybe, Sami Zayn was going to probably somehow win this match and face even Cody or Jey Uso. But no, they kind of pulled, the safe route, which I'm not surprised. So, Randy Orton defeated Sami Zayn. I mean, by logic, it just makes more sense for Orton to win. But, so much for Sami Zayn trying to get over, or they're trying to push Sami Zayn, and then he wants to finish his story, and then he still loses. Maybe they're waiting to Saudi Arabia Royal Rumble. I don't fucking know. I don't know. So, in the end of the day, Cody. So we're not gonna get that moment in a sense where Sami Zayn. He's not gonna face. Because there's only one option of what they might do. They might just do Jay again, or they're gonna have Sami Zayn win this whole King of the Ring, which they could have done, which honestly I wouldn't really care for, but whatever. So it's clear as day what they're going to do is going to be Orton versus Cody one-on-one and Saudi. You could just tell right now. While it could have been unpredictable, you could have had easily Orton loses to Sami Zayn, and then we could either see either Cody or Jay, and it would be not kind of predictable if in that sense, where you kind of don't know who will win. Because now, with Orton winning, we know that Orton's not going to win the main event. It's going to be fucking Cody. Cody's become King of the Ring and easily have his match against Cena at SummerSlam. That's what's going to happen. Even though, again, Cody literally just pinned Cena. He could easily just challenge Cena at SummerSlam. Jay could do the same fucking thing with Gunter. And I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I just feel like this is definitely a predictable term, and that's for sure. It's predictable. The match was fine with Sami and Orton, though, but I didn't really care much, in all honesty. Nia Jax showed up, and she says, Tiffany approached me, I put her on my wing, but, and look, she's driving, but what kind of, she betrayed me, she has my title, and then Nia Jax showed up. So it was Nia Jax showed up, said all that shit, and Tiffany Stratton came out and says, "Now you're like that toxic ass that won't get away. Newsflash, get over it. You're making excuses, and I admit that I'm just better than you." And then Macy eventually, Nia wants a rematch, and then Nia says, and then Tiffany Stratton says, "Okay, you showed that for your match, fine. We're gonna have a match next week for the women's title." And we're gonna have a stipulation. It's not gonna be a regular match, it's gonna be a last woman standing. Which is why do you always do this match with the women, last man standing? It's the only match they do really in the stipulation sense, which, whatever. I mean, let's be honest here. Again, these women are not made to have those matches, but whatever. I mean, this is why women get hurt. They're trying to do, men matches. I would have said, man, for once, can we get a bra and panties match? But no, who the hell wants to see Nia in her bra and panties? But no way. Eventually, Nia attacks Stratton, which Stratton looks weak again. And then Naomi shows up trying to cash in, but then Nia's "Oh, why are you doing?" Is "Oh, great, the heels are dissension to each other." And then Tiffany managed to, basically break off of that cycle and whatever. She pushes Naomi onto Stratton. And we got, a false cash in, basically. Which, whatever. Charlotte defeated Chelsea Green with her secret Hervis, whatever, and then eventually the Hervis attacks Ric Flair. Then, Alexa Bliss showed up and saves her for some reason. They try and do some respectful shit with their. I guess they're trying to build Charlotte and Alexa for some reason as a tag team. Which, why? I don't care. Charlotte doesn't shake her hand, and I don't care really. Then we get Solo. I'm out in the middle of the ring. I don't need you, Jake. He doesn't need JC Mateo. He's gonna confront Solo himself. So like, all right, Jacob, I'm here right now, along with open arms. I'm gonna talk to you face to face. I feel terrible. What happened? So if you back there, come out here. We all clear the air, man. Then Solo, then Jacob Fatu came out. And then Solo says, I didn't come here to fight you because I don't want. Okay, I'm not here for that. I'm here to make clear to you, I love you, Jacob. I always loved you, man. One thing I learned about the tribal trees is how much I love and take care of my family. That's all I'm trying to do. You see, we fight all the time. We fight, we argue, we forgive, and we move forward. But we gotta move forward, Jacob. Let's do this together at one. Because Jacob, I saw never one with some potential besides me. I want you here. Nobody wants you here except me. That's why I brought you here. I gave you the opportunity to change your life, put food on your famous table. And you know what I did? And I for Jacob because I love you. I love you, man. And listen, to be honest, I don't have anybody else. All I got left is you. All I got is you, Jacob. Man, I need you. Come back to the family. And if I don't even gotta say. You don't even gotta say the full words. I gotta say it for you. I'm gonna say it for you, as loud, as proud. Everybody here can hear. Jacob, I love you. Jacob, I love you. My God, does every fucking wrestler nowadays want to cut like I love you, I respect you, I love you? Like, shut up. I understand. Like, you see, I understand for this promo. Because it's a family promo, even though it just sounds so gay. But it's like every fucking wrestling promo nowadays, if a babyface versus a babyface now are confronting each other, everyone's like, I love you, man. I love you. It's like, shut up. Every fucking promo is like, everybody like lovey-dovey. It's like it becomes like a gay rom-com, for God's sakes. Like, fuck that. Oh my God, everybody loves each other. Like, fuck. Jacob Fatu then says, so you love me, huh? This is what comes to you love me, huh? The way I see things is you've been using me to gain power, to use me. Gain power, using me to fight your battles, using me to even to stay the tribal chief. Hell, you brought me in so I could bring you fame? You brought me in because you thought you could bring you gold? And is this all about fame, gold, tribal chief, power? Hey, Solo, look at me when I'm talking to you. Ever since I wanted you to you've been acting different. And maybe I'm not the problem. Maybe the problem is you. You know what? I'll figure it out. Maybe the problem is, maybe it's because you a saddle. If you want this, fight me for it. Me and you, we're a saddle. If you think that's coming this way, you think I'm popping me blood, Jake, I'm on gas, no brakes with it. Y'all know what I mean? And then he places his hand on the ground, and then eventually, I don't know, like, Solo eventually gets a little emotional. Was about to do the Samoan spike, but Jacob Fatu blocks it. It's the typical get it. It's all ploy. It's not true. If you want to really make this freaking like soap opera shit, like you could have easily had like this build up where like build it off from it, where like Solo's telling the truth, make it seem like tell the truth, but eventually next week whatever you build from that. But then turns on Jacob. Like it just make it seem like it's all rules. Like build off from it. Don't just pile on everything like immediately. It's little layers that they could easily build up from. But no, I don't know. Anyways, it's all ploy. Jacob Fatu exposes Solo Sikoa, which makes Solo angry. He gets attacked by JC Mateo after blocking Fatu when Jacob got the upper hand. Eventually, Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo, they attacked him. But then Jimmy Uso makes a save. And he easily gets attacked, but then Fatu easily was able to superpower himself and takes out both Solo and JC Mateo. We get a little altercation. We got a little like face off with Jimmy though, and then eventually he was Solo was about to do not Solo. I keep messing up the names. Like Fatu was about to do a moonsault, but then Solo ran away. Some little family drama. I mean, is it terrible? No, but it's just like when we see this happening long time, it's just like, my God, I love you this, I love you that. It's like every wrestler does that too. It's like fucking A, it's so gay. It's so annoying, you know what I mean? LA Knight wins by disqualification against Bronson Reed because of Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker originally attacked LA Knight in his entrance, but then eventually LA Knight was fighting against Bronson Reed. You see, that easily could be an out, right? Like, this could have made Bronson Reed give him a win. But no, this kind of exposed Bronson Reed. Like, even though he's a big fat fuck, even though I will give credit to Bronson Reed, he's gotten in better shape, which good for him. He could have won from this. Could have get an easy win to help him because of Braun Breaker, but no, freaking LA Knight did not, like, he was still back to normal, and which leads to Braun Breaker spearing LA Knight. Even though that makes LA Knight look strong, I get it, but he already had an out, where he could have taken the loss. But no, I don't know. It does make Bronson Reed a little weak here. But regardless, they attack LA Knight, and they eventually did the tsunami, and that makes LA Knight like, okay, he's a little hurt there. And they're trying to sell this as like he's actually injured, like how it happened to Liv Morgan. But obviously, we could tell it's not working, whatever. But it is what it is. Smackdown next week is in Saudi Arabia, which thank fucking God, so I could probably see the show early, end the show, or like could have a night out of town. You know what I mean, folks? And they announced like basically 3 matches for the title. So United Champions is officially not going to be United Champions. It's just a false fucking statement. I mean, you could easily just announce both shows as United Champions weekend, where you could say, like, you could easily say, like, oh, Friday Night SmackDown and the Saturday show, they're both United Champions in a sense. I don't know. Night 1, Night 2 type of thing. Just to make it easy and understandable, but whatever. It is official now. After all that, like Jacob Fatu said, man, that's how it will be, man. I'm all brass, no breaks. I'm gonna see you Saturday, oos. So it's official that Jacob Fatu will play the title against Solo and Night Champions. The main event. We're gonna talk. The main event. R-Truth defeats John Cena, or Ron Killings. Well, he's known as Ron Killings. John Cena loses to R-Truth by disqualification. Kind of same fashion, in 2011, guys, where we have R-Truth versus John Cena main event. It would have been kind of funny if they made this a tables match. Why not? But I guess it would have taken away from the idea that, John Cena, would be standing tall from a table spot. Because if anything, when CM Punk took a table spot, he basically freaking fell asleep, so, but whatever. It kind of exposes also, if Punk could take a table spot and kind of basically, die, why would any wrestler sell, a table spot for that long? You know what I mean? You gotta find a way to sell that, but whatever. It is what it is. So, R-Truth wins by disqualification because of Cena using the belt. He drew away the match after they had a little basic match, which match was fine. They had a little basic match, and then Cena used the belt. So this is the first time in a long time that a wrestler who's a heel as champion drew away the match intentionally with a belt, which, I mean, hey, we kind of need more of this. Why don't we have more of this type of shit, with this logic? And it's just if Cena was going to walk away, or any wrestler going to walk away with their belt, why don't they just do this? Throw away the match. Because who cares, right? In the end of the day, they're the champion, right? What's the point? They could just, cause disqualification. But no, they didn't do that. So I like this whole old school mentality that Cena did. He used the belt on R-Truth. He hits R-Truth with the belt. And then CM Punk came out, to save R-Truth. But, and this leads back to the ring. My only problem with this is just R-Truth kind of looks like an afterthought. So, so much for, R-Truth getting back over, being a little over and kind of now seem like an afterthought. That's the only little problem here. But again, R-Truth was an afterthought regardless back in the Pipe Bomb promo, so it's whatever. I just hope that R-Truth is still being built up to be, like, still big. It's just like, wow, he takes a fucking belt, and, and that's it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Regardless, like, I guess, sadly, he had to take the ploy of where he became the afterthought because it clearly was Cena and Punk, so. Cena and Punk, they brawl into the ring, but then eventually, Punk, he gets the hands on the title. He's about to hit Cena with the title, but then Cena does the low blow onto Punk with a kick to the low blow, hits Punk with the belt. He then takes out a Slim Jim table. So the only problem with now, after 14 years since the original Pipe Bomb promo, I was thinking, are they really bringing out a table just so they can have a Slim Jim sponsorship? That's what I was thinking, unfortunately. But it served its purpose because it was a reverse spot from 14 years ago where, get it, Cena was put through a table and then Punk did a promo. Now they did this promo where Punk took a table spot. And, what they easily could have done, they could have easily made a tables match with Punk involved with somebody else. But then, no, that didn't happen. But it is what it is. I mean, heck, I don't whatever. In the end of the day, it all makes sense what happened. But yeah, Cena, he puts R-Truth do the Punk do the table. I mean, they could have even done an announce table, right? They could have done an announce table spot. But no, it's just a table. But I guess, they did need a little sponsorship. But hey, similar to what happened back in 2011, a normal table, Punk gets put through it when Cena got put through an original table too. So whatever. It all makes sense at the end of the day. It's just annoying that, a sponsorship, right? Cena then gets a mic, which I was like surprised. Like, why are they ending the show supposedly? Like, when they had, 20 more minutes. And now it makes more sense because Cena cuts a promo. And I'm so glad this happened. John Cena cuts his own Pipe Bomb promo, ladies and gentlemen. This is what he says. Punk, as you lay there in your most uncomfortable position. Oh, someone's afraid of what I'm going to say. And he, again, as you lay there in your most uncomfortable, I hope you can listen. I hope you can digest, because before I leave here in 6 months with the WWE Championship, I got a lot of things to get off my chest. And wink, wink. Doesn't that sound familiar, ladies and gentlemen? First things first. I don't hate you. I don't even dislike you. I like you. I like you more than anyone who has shared a locker room with you before. Which refers to AEW, ladies and gentlemen. Or even a little bit sometimes with the Backstage. I mean, it's been exposed that apparently Matt Riddle exposed that he's not liked in the WWE locker room too or whatever. Cena then says, I hate this idea that you're the best in the world. You're not. I'm the greatest of all time. Which he's referring, he's been referred to now. You're better at one thing. And I thought, is he gonna rephrase to ask it? I like that Cena made this promo his own, rather than repeating, the same thing, but it's he's saying it to Punk instead. He basically mentions terms that make sense to, reverses the terms to make it sense, You're better at one thing. And as you're the biggest bullshitter in the world, which is he not wrong? Is he not wrong? Oh no, kiddos! John Cena just dropped a curse word, so that means that the show is completely off the rails. Hey Stu, shoot this. Hey, I'm breaking the fourth wall. The truth is, Punk, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of you. I'm jealous that you con these people believing the myth that you're the best in the world. Oh, they chant for you. Hell, when you come out, they sing to you, and they say that they don't believe a goddamn, and they don't believe the goddamn word you say, because you change your values as much as I change my t-shirts. Which is a fucking shoot, because again, the whole Saudi thing, how CM Punk bashed the Saudi thing, he won't do it, but he's end up doing it. So, yeah. Again, and Cena mentioning his t-shirts is fucking epic.
You're just a loud-mouth opportunist who step on the necks of people who actually work hard if it gets you ahead. Where's the other camera? Hey, Claudio Castagnoli. Hey, Nick Nemeth. Hey, Matt Cardona. How are you doing? Which he mentioned, which again, it's a toss-up back to like 2011, and it's like he mentioned, it's fucking funny. You know, instead of like, you know, hey, Coca, how you doing? He didn't say it's so. He again, it kind of helped. The only problem, this is gonna make people want to fucking see Claudio and Dolph Ziggler. So Nick Nemeth's real name, you know, WWE name Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona. You know, like mentioning them. It's funny. We're still going. Yeah, we're still. Is this mic on? Oh yeah, we're still going on, baby. He's ending up. I'm on fire. There's nobody back there to cut my mic to save your ass because I'm your only friend. Remember who gave you the stage for your pipe bomb, pal. And what have you done ever since with it? You're just regurgitated the same 5 microphone moves of doom. Basically, I mean, is he wrong? Like, there's kind of like the same shtick that Punk does in every promo. So yeah. You're promo potato salad, pal. Hey, you no longer the voice of the voiceless. You're a freaking millionaire, despite yourself. You're not Punk. You're a capitalist, which he got Cena exposed for people who complain capitalism, and then how people, you know, they want to support, you know, democratic shit. They want to fucking support, you know, hey, how they hate millionaires or whatever. Kind of says like what Punk basically is what everyone is. Everyone's a capitalist. Everyone gets where they are because of capitalism. So all this whole talk that, you know, they want, you know, government, you know, communist, socialist bullshit. Everyone's a capitalist. Everyone profits out of capitalism. Even the fucking guys like Bernie Sanders and fucking AOC or whatever. All they want, like, you know, they want people to have equal shit and equal right. And then guess what happens? Like, you know, you get poor based on that shit. Yeah, it's amazing. You're a capitalist, and you're not against TKO, dude. You're Mr. TKO because they knocked your balls technically off your body. Your tweets are so strong, your actions are weak. And in Saudi Arabia, you're gonna face some loud music when I finally prove to the world that each and everybody, day in and day out, no days off for 25 years, I have been the greatest of all time. See, they know, because referring to fans. It would have been great though. The only problem I had is like, again, here's 2 problems. Punk basically sleeping during the fucking promo, right? Like, kind of exposes the whole table spots where like apparently people gets up, right? But then CM Punk, he's able to not like get up from a table spot, like not slowly get up after getting hurt. Like, I understand maybe standing, like, you know, sleeping there for 2 minutes, but he should have been slowly getting up and maybe go to the corner. That would have been freaking great. You know what I mean? But no, Punk basically died in the table spot. 2, I don't have it's not necessarily like a criticism, but it's like I just wish Cena mentioned to fans like, hey, for those who cheer me right now, you're just the biggest part of me living as I am. Like, I wish like Cena mentioned like that, like sense of the promo. You know, that would have been nice. But then Cena says, see, they know, like, because the fans are chanting, Cena, thank you, Cena, Cena, true, yes, thank you, Cena, like, Cena, they're chanting Cena, 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 right? They say, see, they know, and they know that you were the best in the world for 7 minutes 14 years ago. And after Night of Champions, you're still delusional enough to believe that you're the best in the world. Wow, I guess it's a small world after all. You're welcome, Grand Rapids. Bring your A game to Night of Champions because as you can tell, if this building in Grand Rapids is an indication, the mood is starting to change. No, that's fine. I'm not going to do any more damage. You're going to rest up. You got a big championship match, ain't that right? The best in the world. Get a good shot against the greatest of all time for the most coveted prize in sports entertainment, the undisputed WWE Championship. I know you'll sing. I know you'll chant. But I know even you idiots are smart enough to know the truth. The champ is here. The champ is here. Hey USA, you can keep the extra 2.5 minutes. I don't need a bomb to go off of this motherfucking building. Thank you for letting me rip off your promo. To make you even look foolish. That's what Cena said to dude. I'm gonna say that again. Thank you for letting me rip off your promo to make you even look more foolish. And he drops the promo. I would have loved if he just said pipe bomb after. That would have been great. But yeah, this was great. This was fantastic. I loved it. This site was pretty cool, by the way. I also love this site too. Like the way they ended this show, by the way, with just Cena, you know, leaving the ring, it brought back like the 8-year-old side of me. It just felt like at this very moment, Cena became back to a baby face, where like destroying his heels. You know, I liked it. It brought me back to when I was a little kid. You know, being a Cena fan even, or even just like, you know, when I was slowly becoming a Cena hater, but like, you know, like it was prime Cena again. It got me a little nostalgic, man. Like the way Cena would know he would carry around with the title. It was great. And then like literally like your time is up, my time is now. He posed the Cena right, like he posed with the title, like, you know, Cena not as himself. Like, you know, and then the freaking posing with the song. It was definitely like prime Cena. And then Cena blew a kiss goodbye. This shot right here was perfect. The way they ended this show, Cena became primetime Cena again, posing the same way he would as a babyface, with the title, with the music, everything, the timing with the music, and then ending this show with a blow kiss, and then walks to the back. I loved it. This was great. This ending was great. This was a great ending to the show. Great main event segment. I loved it. Not only recreating what happened 14 years ago, but again, make it their own. And it all matches up because, again, it's the same people. And it makes sense for the story. This was great, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic. I loved it. I hope to see more of this. I hope this happens again next week. Something like this. Well, you know, what I mean by like this, we need more reality-based shit. We need more real. We need also, like, a good, a good way to also, we need a good way to end, you know, definitely carry to Night Champions. We need, from this moment on, more real, more authenticity. We just need good wrestling, man. We need freaking good stories. Alright? We need some... This was badass. We need more creativity, ladies and gentlemen, like this. We need good writing, more creativity. We need it all. We need stuff like this. Hopefully they'll do something next week with Cena on the show, but they're not advertising Cena yet. I mean, it makes sense. Why not have Cena on the show next Friday? You know what I mean? Why not have him be on SmackDown and Night of Champions? Do something. Do something, people. Obviously, would that like probably lead to like less dates? Again, they could easily add more dates for Cena, because why not? Just pay more money, for fuck's sakes, please. Do that. Like, fuck this retirement tour. We need Cena more than ever. This show also kind of exposed that we need Cena more than ever. Cena should not be retiring or leaving. You know, this could be just his last full-time run. And just, hey, we need you, Cena. Don't leave yet, please. Because they kind of really need him. This show exposes that nobody other than John Cena is like needed more than ever. That's for sure. I mean, credit to Punk too, taking part of this promo. You know, laying down, like basically dead, kind of exposing the table spots now. But whatever. But at the end of the day, man, there's nothing much to say. This was a great promo. This will forever be known as the SmackDown that John Cena cut the pipe bomb. The WWE Smackdown. The John Cena pipe bomb on CM Punk. Simple as that. What a great ending. Great to the show. It just sucked the show wasn't as great. Wasn't a terrible show, but just was pretty boring for the most part. It was just typical, match booking, all that kind of shit. Triple H booking, whatever, smarky shit. People to smart with match work rate shit. But the main event was what wrestling has been missing. It's what wrestling needs to be. It was badass. Thank you, Cena, for a great promo. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye.